Welcome to another edition of Tasty Bytes, where we are going to teach you how to create a simple action, hopefully in 5 minutes or less. So let's get started. What is an action, just in case you're not familiar with them at all? Well, it's simply a series of commands that you put together in a string and then tell Photoshop to run them, and thus reduce your time and drudgery in the editing process. They can be very simple, or like this one, they can be very complex. This is an action called Sandstorm, which can be purchased for about $5. I did not create it, but it's a great action. So let's create an action for this layer. We're going to create a solid color fill layer. I find myself using them all the time, and we're going to make its blend mode to overlay, and it can be used to unify tones, to color grade, to do a number of different things with an image. So first of all, where do your actions live? Well, if you have them in your little tools palette, okay, they will be this little guy that looks like an arrow. If you do not see that, you can go up to Window, Actions, click on that, and it will load it for you. So if I spin that open, here are all of my folders, and they all contain numerous actions. You will undoubtedly have default actions open in yours. If you've just opened it, that may be the only thing in there. One caveat before you create an action. If when you open your actions palette it looks like this, okay, and has highlights in it like this, you are probably in what they call button mode. Before you can create an action, you need to go up to your little hamburger menu, click it open, and uncheck button mode. So when you create an action, you are going to undoubtedly create a number of them, and you don't want to be trying to find your actions in this whole mess up here. So the first thing you want to do is create a folder to contain your actions. So you come down here, you click on this little folder icon at the bottom of your actions palette. It will bring up a menu that says New Set. So you name your set, and I always just name it with my own name because it has my actions. I use James 3 because I have a couple other ones in here. So now you have a folder created where all of your actions will live. Before you create a new action, you always want to make sure that folder is highlighted. Then whatever you create will go into that folder, because if, for instance, I had this folder highlighted and I created an action, it would live in that folder for now. So make sure you have the new folder you just created active. Come up here to your hamburger menu, open it up, and click New Action. This will again open a menu where you're prompted to name it. I'm going to just name this Solid Color Fill Overlay, because that's the blend mode I'm going to be using. And then I need to choose a color if I want one. Now I'm not going to choose one, but you could choose a color that then highlights that particular action. So now all I need to do to record this action is click this little button that says Record. Boom. Now you see we have the little red light down here. That tells us we're running. So we go over here to our Layers palette. We go down to New Fill Layer, choose Solid Color. Now this will bring up another menu that lets us name it. I'm not concerned about that. I know what it is. You can name it if you want. My action is named, and that's all I need. All I need to do here is choose my blend mode. See, it says mode. I want overlay. So I'm going to choose overlay. I come in here, I click OK. It brings me up a window to choose my color. Now you don't have to worry about what color you choose because you can change it at any point in time. So you just simply click OK. Boom, your action is done. All you need to do now is come down here to the little white square next to the red button. Click on that white square and you are done. You have just created a solid color fill layer in overlay blend mode action. So you can click this at any time to change your colors, um, and they're pretty handy to have around. So that is how you create a very simple action. If you want to play it again, all you do is go down here, you highlight what you just made right there, come down here to the little arrow button, click it, it runs it, boom, there's another fill layer up there. You don't have to take all those steps over and over and over. Very, very handy. I hope you learn how to use them and use them often. You can do all kinds. You can create anything you want to in an action. I would just suggest that before you create your action, you take the steps you want to use in that action several times so you know your sequences, and then create the action. If you screw up and you make a mistake, all you do is highlight it, hit the trash can, say okay, and it's gone. So hope you learned something, hope you enjoy it, put it to good use, and we'll see you next time on Tasty Bites. Thanks.